Thanks for joining us in this edition of National Focus. I am Prisca Julien. Coming up, Prime Minister Skerrit heads Dominica's COP22 delegation. Dominica receives new Chinese ambassador, and Japan International Cooperation Agency donates equipment and machinery to Fisheries Division. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after this.
Child abuse is unacceptable. Child abuse is not cultural, it is criminal. And one child abuse is one too many.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Thanks for staying with us. The Honorable Prime Minister Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit is leading Dominica's delegation to the 22nd Conference of Parties COP22 in Marrakesh, Morocco. A press release from the Office of the Prime Minister stated that the high-level conference is scheduled for November 7th to 18th, 2016. The conference, an international political response to climate change, is organized by the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the UNFCCC. According to the UNFCCC was established in 1994 to reduce greenhouse gas concentrations in the atmosphere and made COP the supreme governing body of the convention. Delegations from the 195 countries which have ratified the convention meet every year to review the convention's implementations. In December 2015, at the Paris Climate Change Conference, COP21, these countries adopted a global climate agreement in which developed countries have committed to limiting global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius. The action plan which they agreed on will be achieved with a 5-step plan: reducing greenhouse gas emissions, transparency and accountability for a 5-year period, support of seeds adaptation strategy by developed countries, avert and address loss and damage due to climate change, and build resilience in developing countries by raising $100 billion until 2025. The press release stated further that the UN has indicated 3 other responsibilities of the framework. These are to gather and share information on greenhouse gas emissions, national policies, and optimal practices to implement national strategies for addressing the issues on greenhouse gas emissions and adapting to foreseen impacts of the climate change, as well as determining the provisions of financial and technical support to developing countries and to cooperate to be prepared to adapt to climate change effects. Also making the delegation is the Honorable Minister for Health and Environment, Dr. Kenneth Daru, Dominica's ambassador to the United States and the Organization of American States, OAS, Dr. Vince Henderson, and Dominica's ambassador to Japan, Lloyd Pascal. The Japanese International Cooperation Agency, JICA, has donated equipment and machinery to outfit the Roseau and Marigot fisheries complexes. This completes the refurbishment of the complexes under JICA's project Improvement of Fishery Equipment and Machinery in Dominica. In 2015, the government of Dominica and the government of Japan signed notes for a grant valued at $1.5 million to implement the project. A small handing over ceremony took place at the Fisheries Division in Roseau on Monday.
As you may know, assistance in cooperation to the fishery sector is one of the priority areas of JICA's cooperation to the Commonwealth of Dominica. There's a long history of JICA's fisheries cooperation in the Commonwealth of Dominica since early 1990s. Since then, through Japanese assistance, fisheries facilities and equipment have been developed in fisheries complexes, and I believe These are contributing to the quality assurance of fisheries in the Commonwealth of Dominica.
The Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Johnson Drygo, expressed gratitude on behalf of his ministry.
I would like to thank the government and people of Japan for their long-standing support of the development of the fisheries sector in Dominica.
Honorable Drygo highlighted some of the projects funded by JICA.
Less than 1 year ago, the government of Dominica and Japan signed a grant aid agreement for the sum of $3 million. 1 million Eastern Caribbean dollars of that fund was used to install a new coal storage unit at the Roseau Fisheries Complex, as well as other machinery upgrades. I have been advised that as a result of the new refrigeration system, the fish storage capacity in Roseau is now between 20 to 25,000 pounds of fish. At the Marigot Fisheries Port Facility, a refrigeration system was also installed, replacing the old unit with the aim of improving efficiency and reducing consumption of electricity.
The equipment installed at the complexes include a cooling tower, defrost pumps, cooling water pumps, cooler unit for cold storage and insulated truck, and a condensing unit for cold storage. Meanwhile, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency JICA is funding a 5-year project to co-manage fish aggregating devices (FADs) through the Caribbean Fisheries Co-Management Project (CARIFICO). The Honorable Minister for Fisheries, Johnson Drygo, believes that this will assist the Fisheries Division and fisher folks to manage their FAD fishing collaboratively.
The project has so far yielded many benefits, such as marketing surveys, extension training in Japan for fisheries officers, support to NAFCOP, support for the promotion and consumption of pelagic fish associated with FADs through various means such as school cooking competition and publication of manuals to include basic fisherman training course manual and the Fish Ice Project.
He also noted that JICA has made funding available for the development of at least 20 FADs currently co-managed by the Fisheries Division and the National Association of Fisherfolk Cooperatives, NAFCOP.
The project has also secured funding for the deployment of an additional 10 FADs to ensure all fishing communities have an equal opportunity of access. The results so far are not only measured in the economic benefits derived by fishers, but a huge reduction in FAD user conflict among fishers at sea.
Honorable Drygo revealed that next year, 2 Dominicans will be traveling to Japan to undergo training in refrigeration and machine maintenance and troubleshooting. In more news, Chief Education Officer Melina Fontaine has announced that the Ministry of Education will soon see the completion and adoption of the Early Childhood Development Policy. Fontaine made the announcement at an Early Childhood Development National Symposium last week.
In the next few months, with support from UNICEF, thank you again, we look forward to the completion and adoption of the Early Childhood Development Policy. We'll be continuing our work in providing access where there is none, and will continue to give focus to curriculum implementation that is developmentally appropriate. We will also be giving focus to the 0 to 3 age group as we give attention to the Roving Caregivers Early Stimulation Program and the expansion of the Early Childhood Development Units.
She stressed that her ministry is fully committed to early childhood development in Dominica.
The Ministry of Education and Human Development is committed to ensuring that all our children from early childhood to tertiary are prepared for the next level. We do believe that early moments matter and will endorse fully the campaign.
You're watching National Focus. More when we return.
I had a bleeding disorder that I did not know about, and they had to be transfusing me continuously. I got 56 units.
Being there at the blood bank, I was like, yo, I'm actually saving someone's life.
You never know when you can go.
Give blood. I have done it, and believe it or not, it don't hurt.
I won't be scared. I'll give. You know you're gonna give blood. I'll make sure she does.
Sit down at the blood bank in a comfortable environment for 45 minutes.
Helping people.
You are stimulating your body to make brand new cells.
You get free cookies, you get juice.
Glad to know your blood group. Feels good.
I felt as a better person.
It's a good thing to be alive, and I can thank God that I'm there and I'm enjoying life.
Welcome back. The new Chinese ambassador to Dominica, His Excellency Lu Con, presented his credentials to the President of the Commonwealth of Dominica, His Excellency Charles Savre, on Tuesday at the State House. His Excellency Savre welcomed the new ambassador to Dominica.
I am pleased to welcome you to Dominica and to receive your letter of credence issued by His Excellency Xi Jinping, accrediting you as Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary of the People's Republic of China to the Commonwealth of Dominica. I also wish to acknowledge receipt of the letter of recall of your predecessor, His Excellency Yi Jianling. The People's Republic of China remains one of Dominica's most significant bilateral partners, and relations between our two countries continue to develop steadily since the formalization of diplomatic relations in March of 2004.
President Savre noted that diplomatic relations with the People's Republic of China has reaped great benefits for Dominica.
Your Excellency, since the establishment of diplomatic relations, Dominica has benefited and continues to benefit significantly through fruitful bilateral exchanges and cooperation in infrastructural development, education, health, agriculture, trade, and other areas. The People's Republic of China continues to facilitate the attendance of public and private sector officials at training workshops and seminars in China, and provides annually several full scholarships to students of the Commonwealth of Dominica to pursue long-term university programs for undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate studies.
And President Savre highlighted that 100 government scholarships have been awarded by the People's Republic of China to the government of Dominica since the establishment of diplomatic relations in 2004. The total number of Chinese-sponsored short-term training seminars offered to Dominica during the period 2012 to 2016 stands at 545. The new Chinese ambassador spoke highly of China's relations with Dominica.
Dominica is a good friend and a partner to China. Over the past 12 years, since the establishment of diplomatic ties, China-Dominican relations have enjoyed steady growth. We have respected and supported each other on issues involving our respective core interests and major concerns, deepened political mutual trust, conducted fruitful cooperation across the board, and maintained close coordination on international affairs. China highly values its relations with Dominica and stands ready to work with Dominica to bring bilateral relations to new heights to the benefit of our countries and our peoples.
Last month, a special reception was held to bid farewell to the former Chinese ambassador, His Excellency Li Jianling. Li Jianling was China's ambassador to Dominica for 2 years. The government of Dominica is the first in the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States to obtain an advanced piece of diagnostic equipment for plant and animal diagnosis for the veterinary and plant protection and quarantine services of the Division of Agriculture. Chief Veterinary Officer of the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Reginald Thomas, told GIS News that the upgraded real-time diagnostic equipment was acquired through the assistance of the European Union Banana Accompanying Measures Program, BAM.
PCR is polymerase chain reaction, so it's a diagnostic technique that utilizes the DNA of the pathogens that you're actually looking for. It's an upgraded system of diagnostics, which basically once an agent has been present or is present, you'll be able to diagnose it, because it is actually, you'll actually be working on the DNA of that particular pathogen.
The Chief Veterinary Officer stated that this equipment places Dominica at the cutting edge of the diagnostic in the region.
Back in 2005, when we had the first setup, we were the only island in CARICOM, with the exception of Jamaica, to have a real-time PCR, not a real-time PCR as a diagnostic test. Right now, with real-time capacities, according to my knowledge, I think we are the only one in the OECS, with the exception of St. Kitts through Ross University. But as a government, I think we're the only government ministry for real-time.
And Dr. Thomas explained that with the introduction of this equipment, the Division of Agriculture has the capability to enhance the diagnostic capability at the veterinary services.
This diagnostic piece of diagnostic equipment has many applications, both in plant health, animal health, fisheries, public health, forestry. So it gives us, as the division, as the Ministry of Agriculture, an enhanced diagnostic capability that benefits not only agriculture, but by far-wide Dominica, in terms of our ability to do some of the work that we need to do. That particular piece of equipment is advanced, and it gives us, as I said, many different applications and options with our diagnostic work that we do.
He revealed that although the equipment was received in 2014, it was only commissioned last week when staff was trained.
The supply of the piece of equipment, Roche, is a German-based company. They brought in their own technicians to do the training of the staff in terms of utilizing the equipment, what are the applications, how to care for the equipment, etc. So we had our staff, both from the animal side and the plant side, to come on board to get that training. We believe that this capacity will enhance the work that we do, and both from the plant side and animal side. We are faced with several challenges as related to diseases, both from the plant side and animal side. And as such, once we have that capacity, we believe that we make Dominica safer, protect our agriculture, protect our public health.
The new real-time PCR system has been designed to complement the current PCR system at the Division of Agriculture.
The process of utilizing it requires a preparation room and other preparatory processes, which is being done at the molecular lab. So we have been able to combine our present facility with this new piece of equipment to ensure that we have the proper processes in place for us to utilize that piece of equipment effectively.
This equipment means the division can now conduct their own testing of plants, animals, and fishes for diseases. And that's the news. Your tip to a successful life is next.
Protection from abuse is every child's right. Everyone has a shared responsibility in protecting the child from abuse.
Mothers, believe your children when they say they've been abused, and follow through with child abuse cases when they've been reported.
For more information on child abuse or to report suspected cases on child abuse, contact the Social Welfare Division on 33 Great Marlborough Street or call 266-3020 or 266-3080.
Add value. No matter what you do and where you go, you can't go wrong with adding value. Simply put, value is anything that people are willing to pay for. In your professional life, the more value you can offer, the more money you can make. In your personal life, more value translates to closer relationships and strong personal growth. The best way to add value is to find the intersection between what people are willing to pay for and what service or product you can offer that is aligned with your values, strengths, and goals. That's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica, and follow our Twitter at GIS Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. Live streaming is also available on our YouTube channel 24 hours a day. From all of us here on the GIS News production team, I am Prisca Julien. Thanks for watching.